Hello everybody, Musha here, and today I'm gonna be talking about Destrolog PvP for Season 3 patch 10.2. Because, everybody's been asking me, Musha, is Destro's gonna be good, is Destro's gonna be bad, yada yada yada, etc, right? So let's get to the point. So right now, I'm on the PTR. I have kind of like fully gear, but my gear is not like min-max, I have still some PvE gear, etc. But the point is that I'm trying to give you, what I'm trying to show you here, is that Destro is gonna be viable, but people right now that I'm playing the current patch on live, you're like a twink, you're not fully geared, you don't have like force set, which Destro is gonna need force set. And this is PvP. I know you might see some tier list that Destro is performing really bad, etc. But that's just like a PvE type of thing, and I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna get to the point because Destro is gonna be insane. You just need info. So let me show you here in a second the buffs that we got this current season. So this is Destro patch. This is Destro notes that Blizzard added. So I'm gonna explain this and I'm gonna show you the talents, etc. So they basically did a lot of changes. They reworked a new talent, Chaos Bringer, and they removed Madness talent. Which basically that talent what was doing is your first Chaos Ball doesn't hit as hard, but the second Chaos Ball will do 25% more damage. And it's gonna be faster because he had haste on it. But now they rework that talent, it's not gonna do that. What it does is all your Chaos Balls are gonna be 30% more in general instead of 25. So they basically buff Chaos Ball by another 5%. But instead of having that second Chaos Ball always do the speed or whatever, it's not gonna happen. So all your Chaos Balls are gonna hit basically 30% more. Even the first one doesn't need to be the second one, but they're just gonna be slower. That's all. You're not gonna have that haste speed from Madness talent. So all these talents, they're kind of rework it in a way or whatever. But I don't know what is Blizzard trying to do, because they mentioned this before that they wanted to buff Destro Chaos Ball to be more single target dependent and whatever. But they kind of I don't know, they're changing that again and they're buffing other stuff. For example, here in the patch notes, you see Inferno damage has been increased by 50%. So you don't care that much about Inferno damage. Of course, more damage to it, okay, we take it, right? It's free damage. So basically what that means is the Immolation arrow from Inferno is gonna do more damage now, which is good, it's okay. It's not important because Inferno is a 3-minute cooldown, right? But more damage, we take it. Now they buff again Chaos Ball by 15%. So that's why interact with the new Chaos Bringer talent, it's always gonna be 30%. So basically technically they buff it by 5% only in total. But it's okay. 5%, we take it. Rain of Fire, we don't use that in PvP at all. So we don't care about that. They can buff it even more, but I don't know. I feel like we don't need that. Now, this is important one here. Shadowburn has been buffed by 15%. So Shadowburn, they nerfed this talent before in the previous season. In season 2, they nerfed it saying they don't want Shadowburn to hit as hard or whatever, that they wanted to make Chaos Ball more, hitting more hard, Chaos Ball more dependent, etc. So I don't know. They're just going back and forward with this. We don't know what the heck is going on, but so Shadowburn has been buffed. The Magnus talent has been changed. They are at the same time they buff Shadow Rift too. It just doesn't show right here, but they buff Shadow Rift, or a Rift in general, which are the portals that we have as Destro. So I'm gonna be showing you here in a second. So this is Destro tier set, for example. So tier set says the 2 set, right? Let's read the 2 set first. Dimensional Rift, which is your portals, which is this talent right here between Mastery, Chaos Incarnate, and Dimensional Rift. So what the 2 set does, it makes your Rift do 25% additional damage. This is nerfing half in PvP. So when I hit the dummy, it's gonna go down, for example. Let me hit the dummy here so you can see. So one sec. Let's see if it shows. It's not showing, I guess, because I'm not in my PvP instant, but it's nerfing half. Anyway. So when you apply Immolate to people, players, etc., the 2 set, what it does, the periodic damage of it has a chance to give you another charge of Dimensional Rift. That thing is broken as heck. You might think, really? And I'm like, yeah. because rifts in PvP, they do a lot of fucking damage. So you want to make sure you apply Immolate to every target, pets, players, etc. Immolate is gonna be like your #1 priority as a spell, you know. On top of that, it's not bad because Immolate generates soul shards, right? So by generating soul shards, you have a chance to, like, you know, have another rift. And the force it. Rifts now can summon a powerful rift. I don't know if you guys play Legion, but in Legion you had like these red portals that were like cranking sometimes. It's RNG, right? But these red portals, they fucking crank like crazy. So I'm gonna be showing you an example here of what I mean, like when I apply Immolate to people. Don't mind my cat, this is like PTR, this is not my UI or whatever, but... So I'm gonna apply Immolate to everything. I'm gonna use rifts right now. Maybe I get a red one, maybe? No, I didn't get a red one, but you know, by applying Immolate, see, I have like 0 shards of like rifts. So I just generate another one right now. I generate another one. See, that's the red portal that I'm talking about. So by just applying Immolate, I just generate 2 more. You see that RNG? And I just keep spamming portals like this. This is how Destro is gonna work in Season 3 right now. Just like basically Immolate everybody and Shatter Burn outside of like Immolate, and you don't have to cast Chaos Wall at all to win. Like, I can guarantee you that. You're just gonna be like an instant cast damage dealer. Look at the Shadow of the Flame Rift damage right here. My detail is huge, but you guys can see right now, it's like, it's insane the damage that Destro can put right now with those like rifts. Like I said, this is like a PvP type of thing. In PvE, Destro, I guess, is performing bad because of it. But I'm talking about PvP. I'm not trying to be a PvE person here. So by just applying Immolate, you're just gonna generate a lot. Shatterburn hits like 135k, 150k. You know, you don't have to rely on Chaos Ball unless you're like free casting. That's what I'm trying to say, right? That's like my point, because a lot of people, oh, I need to cast Chaos Ball. Without Chaos Ball, I don't do anything. Oh, no, you don't need that. Rifts are gonna be so OP right now that if you get good RNG by applying Immolate to people, imagine in the first opener you can get like 7 rifts back to back, you know, like, I mean, like 3 rifts you use. You proc another 3 in the opener, maybe another 3 is like, what the heck is that? You know, you can like global someone. Because that's how Destro works. And when it comes to talents and everything, Destro hasn't changed at all. It's just the same talents. Of course, now we got a new talent which makes us more tanky, which is called Demon Skin. So if you read underneath, it says your armor has been increased by 90%. So basically, this is gonna make us more tanky against melee. We need this. I don't know if it's gonna make like a huge Omega impact, but it's better than nothing, right? Because melee is getting stronger. So this is good. Outside of this, when it comes to this, the only talent that got reworked is this one, the Chaos Bringer one. This is the one that I was talking about with like, the first Chaos Ball was like doing baby damage, but the second bolt will do like 25% more damage and be faster. This is the talent that they rework. Now every single Chaos Ball is gonna be slower, but it's gonna do always 30% damage in total. So that's like the new Destro talent wise, hasn't changed anything. You just the same thing. It's just, you need like basically, you know, they're hitting like 182k, blah, 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 but you don't need Chaos Ball to win. Of course, if you're free casting, cast them, but this is the talent tree basically. On the right side, the left side, you can change a few things depending on the matchup or whatever. But when it comes to the right talent tree, this is gonna be the same thing. You don't want to remove like not Ruin, none of these talents right here, because all these buff Shadowburn and Shadowburn got buff. So you need to play Dimensional Rift. Why is that? Because if you if you don't have 4-set or 2-set, it's okay. You can play the Chaos Ball Mastery type of build. You can be like Chaos Ball dependent build. But if you have like 2-set and 4-set, there's no point for you to play Mastery, because then what is the point? You know, if you read the 2-set and the 4-set, you know, you need to play this around portals. If you don't have portals and you try to play like Mastery build, it's not gonna work, you know. So this is like the main thing. And that's pretty much for Destro. That is the same wise. Burst, haste burst. You with gemming and everything, you can probably get like a little bit more mastery in, because mastery gives you some damage in general too. But that's pretty much it. You know, you don't need to rely on like anything else. It's just like, you know, each season the gear scale is higher. So your stats, your intellect, whatever, you know, your haste and burst is gonna be higher. That's why, like, you know, caster feels smooth as the season goes in. But that's pretty much it for Destro. Same talent tree, Burn to Ashes for Incinerates. Same thing, nothing has changed. The difference between talents, the only thing that can change is probably like playing with a pet build and not pet build, which I'm playing right now with Grimoire Sacrifice, which means this is like no pet build. So Mayhem and normal Havoc, this is like a normal thing that I do. So into people that have a lot of like curse spells, like druids, mages, like evokers, etc. People that can like elemental shamans or any shamans in general, that they can dispel my normal Havoc. I play Havoc Pro because everybody nowadays they have Wikaras, right? And they just like remove all your fucking curses. And they just remove like Havoc on cooldown because everybody can track it, right? So that's why I played the prog one into some people. The normal one's still good, but imagine if you're trying to do the double coil and people with the Wikara boom dispels and you cannot do it, right? That's pretty much it, but outside of that, talent-wise, it's just the same. Nothing has changed for Destro. Rotation is the same thing, except that you're gonna cast less Chaos Ball, I guess, and just prioritize Immolate and Drift, because that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys have more questions, just hit me up in the comments or follow me on Twitch and hit me up there, you know. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Peace, peace.